Hello everyone. Today I am going to speak about CT findings in COVID-19 with overview of CORADS, which is a reporting scheme for patients suspected of having COVID-19. The outbreak of coronavirus disease began in December 2019 in the city of Wuhan. Thereafter, there has been widespread human to human transmission resulting in large number of deaths worldwide. The incubation period is generally 3 to 7 days, and the most common clinical presentations are fever and cough, in addition to dyspnea, headache, and fatigue. Definitive diagnosis of COVID is usually made using an RT PCR test with reported sensitivities of 42 to 83% depending on the symptoms, duration, viral load, and test sample quality. The nasopharyngeal swabs have got higher sensitivity than the oropharyngeal swabs. RT-PCR test results take around hours to even days, thus putting a strain on the holding units where patients are kept before being sent to normal or COVID wards. The novel coronavirus pneumonia diagnosis and treatment plan devised by Chinese incorporates CT imaging into the criteria that clinically define COVID-19. However, the American College of Radiology has discouraged the use of CT in the initial workup and only advocates its use as a problem-solving technique. The Flischner Society sees a role for imaging, especially CT scan, if symptoms worsen or in an environment that is resource constrained or there is limited availability of RT-PCR testing. Let us see what the Flischner Society guidelines for imaging are. It includes main recommendation and additional recommendations. The main recommendations say that imaging is not routinely indicated in asymptomatic individuals or patients with mild symptoms. Imaging is indicated in moderate to severe symptoms irrespective of the test results. Worsening respiratory status is also an indication for imaging. Additional recommendations say that daily chest radiographs are not indicated in stable intubated COVID patients. CT is indicated in case of functional impairment or hypoxemia after recovery from the infection. Also, RT-PCR testing is indicated in patients incidentally found to have findings that are suggestive of COVID-19 infection on a CT scan examination. What are the typical imaging findings in COVID infection? Early in the course of disease, patients usually have a normal study. The hallmark of COVID infection on imaging are bilateral and peripheral ground glass consolidative pulmonary opacities with lower lobe predilection. The other CT findings include consolidations with bilateral peripheral distribution, greater or total whiteout lung, linear reticular opacities, crazy paving pattern, and a reverse halo sign. What is ground glass opacification? It is defined as haziness or increased lung attenuation with preservation of the underlying bronchial and vascular markings. It is caused due to alveolar edema, and sometimes or rarely even hyaline membrane formation has been documented on autopsy cases. The following images show increased lung attenuation or ground glass attenuation with preservation of the underlying vascular markings. When these ground glass opacifications become denser, they cause obscuration of the underlying vascular markings, and this is known as consolidation. This occurs when alveolar air is completely replaced by pathological fluids and inflammatory cells. It is a sign of disease progression. The image here shows dense patches of consolidation in the right, middle, and lower lobes with total obscuration of the vascular margins. Reticulation or reticular pattern is defined as thickened pulmonary interstitial structures such as interlobular and intralobular septae. It occurs due to infiltration of the interstitium by lymphocytes and other inflammatory cells. When reticulation is superimposed over ground loss attenuation, we, we get a pattern which is known as crazy paving. The first image shows focal area of ground loss attenuation with linear reticular intralobular septal thickening. This pattern is known as crazy paving. The second image shows central area of ground loss attenuation with surrounding denser patch of consolidation in the periphery. This is known as the reverse halo sign or the atoll sign, and it is seen later in the course of disease. Air bronchograms and vascular engorgements are also noted. Air bronchogram is defined as air-filled, low attenuating bronchi on a background of high attenuating airless opaque lung. The vessel calibers in the affected areas are also slightly prominent. This air bronchogram sign is often associated with slight bronchiolar dilatation, and this is thought to be due to underlying mucus plugging. A focal patch of ground loss opacification is seen with an air bronchogram sign, and there is mild bronchiolar dilatation here. The second image also shows mild bronchiolar dilatation in areas of ground loss attenuation. Younger patients tend to have more of ground loss opacities, whereas older patients have more of consolidation and organizing pneumonia pattern. Apart from these imaging findings, one can also see curvilinear subpleural bands and fibrosis late in the course of disease. Pleural effusion and lymphadenopathy is rare. Let us come to CORADS. It stands for COVID-19 Reporting and Data System. It was developed by the Dutch Radiological Society and gives a very good performance for predicting COVID-19 in patients with moderate to severe symptoms and has got good inter-observer agreement. So CORADS provides a level of suspicion for pulmonary involvement based on the features seen on a non-enhanced chest CT scan. This level of suspicion is then graded on a score of 1 to 5. Two additional categories have been given, CORAD 0 and CORAD 6, which we'll see in detail at a later stage. The actual interpretation of whether patient suffers from COVID-19 also includes correlation with laboratory tests, clinical findings, and duration and type of symptoms apart from these imaging findings. CORAD 0 is an incomplete or inadequate quality scan due to severe breathing and motion artifacts. CORAD 1 stands for very low level of suspicion for pulmonary involvement by COVID-19. The scan can be either totally normal or can have findings which are of non-infectious etiology, for example, emphysema, lung tumors, and fibrosis. The first image shows extensive areas of emphysema and bilateral lung parenchyma. The second image shows a spiculated lung mass in the anterior segment of left upper lobe. The third image shows extensive areas of fibrosis with tractional bronchiectatic changes and honeycombing. All these findings are non-infectious and fall under CORADS 1 category. CORADS 2 stands for low level of suspicion for pulmonary involvement. Typically, we get findings that are not compatible with COVID-19, for example, tree in-bud appearance, centrilobular nodules, lobar or segmental consolidation, or lung cavitation. This corresponds to the atypical category given by the RSNA in COVID imaging. The first image shows numerous centrilobular nodules in tree in rud distribution pattern. The second and third image show a thick-walled cavitating lesion in the left upper lobe. These imaging findings fall under CORADS 2 category. CORADS 3 findings are equivocal for COVID-19 and can be present in other non-infectious etiologies or other viral pneumonias. For example, perihilar ground lossing or extensive ground lossing with or without smooth interlobular septal thickening or pleural effusion in the absence of other typical CT findings compatible with COVID-19. This is very important. These findings should be in the absence of other typical CT findings. Small or subtle ground glass opacities that are not in centrilobular distribution or not located close to the visceral pleura are also included in CORADS 3. This category closely overlaps with the indeterminate category given by the RSNA in COVID imaging. The first image shows areas of ground glassing in perihilar distribution with moderate bilateral pleural effusions, and there is smooth thickening of the interlobular septae. This was a case of pulmonary edema, and this ground glassing falls under CORADS 3 category. These subtle areas of ground glassing not following centrilobular distribution, not in contact with the visceral pleura, also fall under CORADS 3 category. CORADS 4 stands for high level of suspicion for pulmonary involvement in COVID imaging. These include ground glass opacities that are not in contact with visceral pleura or are strictly located unilaterally. This image shows unilateral distribution of ground glass opacities which are quite away from the visceral pleura. We note that the left lung is completely spared. This is CORADS 4. CORADS 5 stands for very high level of suspicion for pulmonary involvement, and it includes two criteria: mandatory criteria and confirmatory criteria. Mandatory criteria should be present in all cases labeled with CORADS 5, and it includes multifocal bilateral distribution of ground glass opacities with or without consolidation, and these opacities should be quite close to the visceral pleura or in contact with the pleural surface. All, one of the following confirmatory criteria should also be present before labeling a patient with CORADS 5. Multiple ground glass areas which can be of rounded morphology or sharply demarcated ground glass areas conforming to the shape of secondary pulmonary lobules. Crazy paving pattern already discussed. Consolidations occurring in areas of ground glass opacities, or pattern that resembles organizing pneumonia, that is extensive subpleural consolidations with air bronchograms and reverse halo sign. The first image marked with red stars is the mandatory criteria which must be present in all CORADS 5 patients. Multiple peripheral ground glass opacities in contact with visceral pleura. Next images labeled with blue stars are the confirmatory criteria. Any one of these should be present. For example, crazy paving, organizing pneumonia pattern, or sharply or unsharply demarcated ground glass opacities. CORADS 6 stands for an RT-PCR proven COVID-19 case. Let us summarize. CORADS 0 is not interpretable because of severe breathing and motion artifacts. CORADS 1 stands for very low level of suspicion. Scan can be either normal or can have non-infectious findings, for example, emphysema, tumors, and fibrosis. CORADS 2 stands for low level of suspicion. Typically, we see these findings in other infections, for example, tuberculosis or pyogenic infections. CORADS 3 is equivocal. Such imaging findings can be present in COVID-19 or other non-infectious or infectious etiologies. CORADS 4 stands for high level of suspicion. For example, ground glass opacities which are not in contact with visceral pleura or unilaterally distributed ground glass opacities. CORADS 5 stands for very high level of suspicion, has got two criteria: the mandatory criteria, which is the multifocal bilateral peripheral ground glassing in contact with visceral pleura or fissures, and one of the confirmatory criteria should also be present, for example, crazy paving or organizing pneumonia pattern. CORADS 6 RT-PCR proven COVID-19 cases. This CORADS has got certain limitations. The study group was relatively smaller. Also, the representative population was those presenting to the emergency ward and requiring hospital admission. This means that mildly symptomatic patients in the community were not included while forming CORADs. Observers had limited experience in COVID imaging because the other populations or countries had much larger outbreaks of this pandemic. To conclude, CORADS was developed by the Dutch Radiological Society. It has a very good performance for predicting COVID-19 in patients with moderate to severe symptoms, and it provides a structured and fast reporting system, decreasing the ambiguity in the communication with referring physicians. Thank you.